Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's John with Vynyly, and I'm back again with another 5 on Friday. And I know you've been saying to yourself, when can I see another 5 on Friday video? Well, the answer is right now. And today, we're talking about this album right here, Bad Company, the debut album from supergroup Bad Company. Take a look inside. Look, you can't even see me. You'd rather see these guys anyway, right? And then credits on the back. This is a really fantastic album. If you haven't listened to this album in a while, go back and check it out. And so let's dig in. Let's go into 5 on Friday. Here we go. Number 1. So a lot of people think the band's name came from a Jeff Bridges film called Bad Company. But that is not the case. Paul Rogers stated that the name for the band actually came from a Victorian children's book, which had a picture of like a little kid looking at this dangerous stranger, and the caption said, "Beware of Bad Company." So that's where the name came from. Number 2, as I mentioned in the intros, Bad Company is a supergroup. Maybe not household names. The guys were probably not household names in America, but Paul Rogers and Simon Kirke came from the band Free. Remember the song All Right Now? That's by Free.
All right now, baby, it's all right now. All right now, baby, it's all right now. Now wait a minute.
Mick Ralphs came from Mott the Hoople. You might know them from All the Young Dudes, written by David Bowie, All the Young Dudes. And bass player Boz Burrell came from King Crimson, where he was the bass player and vocalist for a little while. Funny story that the band tells about Boz is...
The three of us, Simon, myself and Paul, for ages, we kept trying out all these different bass players, and they were all very good, but they didn't quite click chemistry-wise.
Boz wasn't even there in the lineup when Peter Grant came to see us.
No, he came in at the last minute, Boz. We were desperate to do this record, and we took him on, not knowing what we'd taken on, but it turned out to be great. You know, he was a real character. I
took to him straight away, because he wasn't that experienced on the bass then, and I loved it when he turned up for rehearsals, like all the other bass players were sort of dead keen to play. We said to Boz, "What do you want to do?" He said, "I want to go to the pub. Let's go to the pub." You know, he didn't want to play, he just wanted to hang out. So I thought that was great. So of course we went to the pub and got completely pissed, played a load of rubbish, and said he was in. And then next day Paul phones up and said, What was he like? I said, "No, I was drunk." He said, "So was I." He said, "I think I gave him the job."
Number 3. So Bad Company were the first band to sign with Led Zeppelin's record label, Swan. At the time, it was a pretty big deal for a band to have their own label. Zeppelin had just launched Swan, the Beatles had Apple, and there were a few others, right? So here's a picture of the Swan label on the album. Looks really cool, if you ask me. So what happened was Paul Rogers just called up Peter Grant, Led Zeppelin's manager, and said, "Hey, I know you've got this new label. We've got this band. We would like you to manage us and sign us to your label." And Grant said, "Well, let me come hear you." So he went to a rehearsal, heard the band, agreed to manage them, and sign them to Swan. They were the first ones. Number 4. Bad Company's debut was recorded at Headley, Grange, which is this kind of big old English country estate. It is the same place where Led Zeppelin recorded Led Zeppelin 3, Led Zeppelin 4, Houses of the Holy, and Physical Graffiti. Probably got into Headley, Bad Company probably got into Headley Grange because of Peter Grant, and also because they wanted to kind of live and work in one place, which you can do there. They recorded this album in about 10 days. Some of the material had already been written, and they just needed to record it. But yeah, it's such a classic album. It was just recorded in 10 days. If you're interested in buying copies of albums that are framed, kind of like this one right here and that one right there, head on over to vynyly.com, vynyly.com. vynyly.com. That is our website where you can take a look at all the albums that we've got. And if you don't see what you're looking for, drop me a line. We probably have it in the archives and just haven't put it on the website yet. If we don't, I'll be glad to look for it for you. Number 5, interesting story from Paul Rodgers about the song Bad Company on the album Bad Company by the band Bad Company. He recorded his vocals outside, like in the middle of a field. They ran the cables all the way out there from inside the house. And it was dark outside, and they just wanted to get the atmosphere.
And it was incredibly atmospheric because I was standing out there in the dark with headphones on, and I could just hear the music, and just my voice, and it was a very cosmic place to be, and it made for good atmosphere.
And at the end of the song, you can hear an ad lib from Paul, where he says, "And the cold wind blows." That was not part of the lyrics to the song. That was actually because he was getting cold standing out there in that field. So that's it for this 5 on Friday. Thank you for watching, and please remember to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell if you want to be notified when new videos drop. Usually these are on Friday. I drop other videos during the week as well sometimes. So thanks again for watching, and have a great day, everybody.